Hey guys, how's it going? It's Rhombus here. I thought I would try something a little different that I don't think I've ever seen before. And it's something that I want to use to hold myself accountable when it comes to being a better content creator and improving at my craft. And I'm doing what's called a small streamer retrospective. I come from a software development background when it comes to my job, and we take advantage of what's called Agile development. It's a methodology for developing code, software, whatever you want to call it. And we take advantage of retrospectives at the end of different development cycles to kind of look back and see what did we do good, what did we not do so good in, and how are we going to be better, and what can we do to be better in the future. And I think this would really be beneficial to help myself grow and be better for my audience by holding myself accountable, and it'll give you guys a chance to get to know me a little bit more. So let's begin, and let's start off with talking about what we did well. I think I've done a really good job in connecting with my audience so far, and I think you can see that in a lot of my Twitch streams. I will spend a lot of time reading chat, responding to chat, to the extent that we may not be progressing far into a game or a project that we're working on because our focus is on chat. And I strongly believe that Twitch is there to connect with the audience, and the game's kind of second, right? I can understand that there's going to be a time where possibly where chat picks up and it isn't as slow as it is now with my smaller community that I have now, and that's okay. We'll find a good balance moving forward of playing a game and interacting with our audience. So I think we did really really well with that here in the past month, especially it being our first month, right? Our first month streaming on Twitch. I think something else that I did was branching out to new things, things that I enjoy. And really the big thing that pops out to me is doing coding streams. The Friday before recording this video, we did a coding stream that lasted almost 8 hours. We were working on a Twitch bot to make something that's unique to our channel, and hopefully that will add value to the channel. And we got going with the coding. We got some new audience members, old members of our community that's been around for a while. They were tuning in, and we had a really really good turnout. A lot of conversations going on in chat, and I think the coding stream benefited a lot of people. It gave some people a nice, look at what it's like to develop something, what it's like to code something. I think it was great for me because some members in chat taught me a few things I didn't know about coding. In my 8-9 years of coding, I learned something new, and that's awesome. I want those kind of streams. I want that kind of engagement. So I think it was a great success, and I think we're going to do a coding stream every single Friday. I love it. And the next piece is really just being consistent on the nights that I stream. I've really made it obvious, or not even made it obvious, but made it clear to my audience that I can't guarantee a time that I'm going to be able to stream every single night, just with work and family, but I will stream on those nights that I say I'm going to be there. It might just be a little bit later, or I might be able to hop on a little bit earlier. But usually it's within a range that I give my audience, because I do want to make time for my family, and I do want to make sure that I'm giving my all at my job, while also being able to give my all, making content as well. So I think those are three big things that we did really well, and we want to keep the momentum on those going, right? I think some of the things that we didn't do so well and that we could look at improving in the future. The first thing is social media, right? I didn't take as much advantage early on with social media, and I think I'm starting to get better at it, but I'm nowhere near what I want to be. I think a lot of my social media is really being used for, hey, I'm streaming, come check me out, instead of interacting with other streamers, getting to know other streamers, getting to know other people in the community, sharing information from game devs, stuff like that. I think we could establish more of a presence on social media and be better at what we do in social media. And that's going to take some time. It's going to take a while to figure out my niche when it comes to social media. So because we're not good at it now doesn't mean we can't improve on it in the future and make that a foundation piece of our community and our presence. So that's something that we definitely want to work on. The next thing is what you're seeing right now that I could have done better in the first month, and that is branching out to other platforms and making content there. And in this case, YouTube. I want to make my presence on YouTube a little bit better than what it is today. My YouTube channel has more videos of my first attempt at gaming before I took a 4-year hiatus. I have like 50 videos out there. I was doing really well. I had a lot of momentum, and some things in life kind of hit me kind of hard, and I took a step back and just focused on my personal life. So I really want to make fun content for YouTube. Maybe some content that's scripted, some gaming content like this. I'm gonna have a game playing in the background, but focus for YouTube and not just rehashed content from Twitch. Just stuff that we can, dedicate to YouTube instead of having to sit there in a video editor getting through 9 hours of content. That's not very fun. I think the next thing I can get better at is time usage. When I have days off, being ultra efficient, because I have to be, because I can't push something off to the next day because I'm streaming the next day. So on my days off, focus on my content on YouTube. Focus on my time with my family, spend time with my wife, my dogs, and just being better with my time that I have, especially on my time off. I think what I'm doing with streaming, I love what I'm doing with streaming, and I want to keep doing that. But my time off, I need to have a plan and execute it better. Because as you're watching this, it's 5 a.m. I've been up all night trying to figure out YouTube content, and I've been kind of working on how I wanted to do this. And finally, way later, we're tackling it, and it's not too late. We're working on it now. It's better than not working on it at all. So that's another thing that we can work on too. I want to continue exploring different kinds of content, finding things that work, finding things not just that work, but that my audience really enjoys, and making more of that. But also making more things that I like too, even if it isn't as successful. So we're new to the game. We've been in the game a month now. Let's just explore and see what we can do on YouTube. Let's make the second month our focus on YouTube and try to be as good as we can be in that arena, and see what kind of growth as a content creator and what kind of growth from an audience standpoint we get, and we can reevaluate with our next retrospective. And lastly, I really want to continue getting better speaking. Just speaking for content, speaking in front of people, cutting out the ums. I know I've said them a lot in this video. Cutting out the you knows and stuff like that, and just when I'm thinking of something to say or trying to think of how to word something, just cut it out and just stop talking, think, and then continue talking a few moments later. I think that would be so much... I think that would be better for me as a content creator, because I think that makes videos just much easier to watch. Not talking so fast, not rambling too long, and just getting the point across, at a normal pace. There's a, and just being patient with what I want to say, because, we got plenty of time to get out what we want to get out, and there's always video editing too. So those are some things I feel that I can improve on. It's quite the list. I'm sure we're going to add to it. I'm sure we're going to get better at some things and maybe move one or two of these things to the what we did well column in the future. So lastly, what are we going to try to focus on? What do we want to get better at for our next retrospective? There's another we're not going to be able to turn these things around in just a month, right? This is going to be progress over time. And hopefully in a retrospective or two, we can look back and say, hey, I'm speaking a lot better. I'm speaking a lot more clear. I'm getting my point across sooner rather than rambling. I'm taking advantage of social media so much better than I used to. I'm connecting with people more. So that's definitely, another We're working on it. So that's definitely something that we can improve on. So some of the things that I want to improve on for sure is social media. Let's try to use social media a little bit more. Let's connect with other streamers and content creators that way. Let's make some more YouTube content. Let's make better YouTube content. And let's just try to grow in that area just a little bit each month. And hopefully in 2-3 months down the road, our content's significantly better than what it is today. And lastly, let's take advantage of our time that we have outside of streaming to be more efficient, to be more there for the family, and let's get some content created, you know? So that's really what I wanted to cover in this video. I see I'm pushing about 10 minutes here, and that's where I want the videos to be. They shouldn't be too long, don't want to ramble too much, but I want to hold myself accountable. And I want you guys to know what I'm working on and trying to be better at for you, because ultimately that's why I'm creating the content, to create a community and create content that my community loves. So I hope this video gives you kind of an insight of what I'm working on. If you're also a small streamer, maybe this is something that you can take on too, or maybe something that you can kind of keep up with and see my progress and maybe following the same path if, you know, we're much better along in a couple months. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please click the subscribe button below. Please give the video a like, and catch you next time.